You know those clips of the old Israeli soldiers laughing as they talk about all the Palestinians they killed during the Nakba in 1948?
כמה אתה חושב אנשים הרגת ככה?
לא ספרתי. אני לא יכול לדעת בחיי. היה לי מקלע עם 250 כדורים. תראה, ראיתי, נלחמתי כולם. אני לא יכול לספור.
I just watched the documentary what those clips are from, and it's really good. It's called Tantura, and it was released in 2022. I'm going to link it in the comments if you're interested in watching it. But quick synopsis. So Tantura was a wealthy Palestinian village until May 22nd, 1948, when the Alexandroni Brigade arrived and massacred all the men in the village. There's a guy named Teddy Katz, who is a researcher, and in the late 1990s, he decided to do his master's thesis for the University of Haifa on the massacre at Tantura.
What happened here wasn't only pushing away the Palestinians from their village. What happened here is that they did not let the Palestinians go away just like this. They, first of all, killed many, many of them. And there was not any reason to do it.
He interviewed 135 witnesses. He has 140 hours of recordings, and he submitted his thesis and got a really high grade on it, and everything seemed to be fine until a couple of years later when men from that brigade decided to sue him for defamation. The judge on the case refused to listen to any of the recordings, and they basically Norman Finkelsteined him.
I don't believe witnesses. And Teddy's thesis was about 90% or so based on all evidence.
But you never listened to the actual audio tape of the email?
No. I think that a student that wrote such a lousy, sloppy work should be thrown out of the university. He's not entitled to his defense.
They made him write an apology letter and say that he made up the entire massacre, even though he has 135 witnesses and 140 hours of recordings. So that's kind of the first part of the documentary. And they interview men that were part of the brigade, and that's where those clips come from, where they talk about all the crimes that they committed. And then the second part of the documentary is about how Israel has covered up this massacre and how Israelis really don't know the history of their country because Israel keeps it a secret.
We are the chosen people. This is part of the Israeli self-identification as a very superior moral people. And I think it's very hard for Israelis to admit that they commit war crimes because basically their project of Zionism has a problem. It's a tragedy in a sense. Jews had to escape from Europe to find a safe haven, but you cannot create a safe haven by creating a catastrophe for other people.